All right, it's recording now.
Yep. So, walking out of my first DCAF event, I felt like I had made new friends and mentors. And this is the exact reason why I'm standing here. So my name is Aksh Malik and I'm a computer science major, and I would be running to be your next co-president for the next academic year. I joined TESC as a tech team member, but what I found was not just a tech people, but a group of friends who not only helped me do the TESC work, but also helped me achieve my personal goals. I've seen Chloe and Mel do Discord meetings and like offline meetings to organize events so that the agenda is clear before the event next day, and so that TESC's impact is still maintained. So I don't only appreciate this, how like TESC works, but I also deeply understand how it does. Moreover, now I started to realize how we can improve on this. Despite the great work TESC does on campus, most of the students don't even know that we exist. Even among our own members, communication gaps and uneven representation holds us back for some time now, and which doesn't allow us to reach our full potential. So when some majors feel underrepresented and some people don't know what they're exactly doing, TESC can fall through the cracks, and we won't be able to restore our glory that was before the pandemic. So here's what I plan to do as the next co-pres if I win. So first of all, the main agenda will be increasing the visibility across campus, focus on inclusivity of all the majors in our events, like people from all backgrounds in our events, and also increase our connections, not only with Mr. Alex from the Idea Center, but also like third-party mentors, so that it's very important to get an outside view on how you can improve, because sometimes when same people keep on discussing how they want to improve something, they can like get entangled into the same loop again and again, and no fresh ideas come up. So TESC has been collaborating across the campus and beyond it, and we support engineering events and show up for this community. Most people don't even imagine how. And that's the exact reason people don't even recognize and don't exactly see how we are helping them out. What I want to do for the next year as co-pres is mainly that I want to expand our reach by partnering with other UCSD organizations, and also go beyond the UCSD campus and connect with other UC campuses and their big organizations. More than that, I want to host at least two cross-campus events every quarter, and at least 2 to 3 GBMs that is hosted only by TESC and not in partnership with anyone else, but maybe our sponsor can sponsor us on that. So right now, a lot of students, if you ask them how they know TESC, it's mainly through a career fair event that they attended, or maybe an email they got from us about some opportunity they have in the future. But what I want is that a person should feel a part of TESC if they're a part of Jacobs. So they should come in and feel that they're reflected in there. For that, I think we need to work on some workshops that we should organize, and even hackathons that's TESC exclusive. So if you see, we represent the whole of Jacobs, ECE, bioengineering, nanoengineering, CS, everything, all of it. But are students from every major equally represented in our events? I don't think so. I think we really need to focus on this point, and I intentionally want to fix this issue. For this, I believe we need to tell our story better through social media and collaborating with UCSD organizations, but not only CS clubs, like organizations of different majors, so that people feel that we are connected to different majors. Moreover, I want that these changes can feel a little big, and you can feel like this is not what TESC originally did. But that is the change that I want to bring, because now we have a strong internal foundation, and I think we should move outwards and expand our reach and visibility. So it's not that I just want to go for visibility just for the sake of it. So greater visibility can get us better sponsorship, more partners, better speakers for our events, and more events. And if we have a good visibility, then more people would show up to our events and expand. That will help us expand our network. And if we expand our network, then more clubs would try to be a part of TESC and allow us to help them, support them, grow with them. But not only that, in turn, if this we get connected to more and more clubs, it will in turn help us increase our reputation furthermore. So as a co-president, I plan that I will attend and organize at least one weekly meetings, and then I don't want to be jumping into the committee lead's role. I just want to be observant listener first, and if the committee lead wants my help, then I step in. So I personally go for open floor discussions and constructive criticism, and also if someone, it doesn't need to be a board member. If any member has cool new ideas for TESC to grow, I'm open for it. And I would be keeping track of the committee progress of TESC as a whole, and also regularly communicate with the tech leads and VPs to check them that they are on track and they have the vision of what they want to do further, at least for they have the vision for next 1-2 months. And I'm not asking you to vote for someone who has been working and seeing things from the sidelines. So since I've joined TESC, I've been participating in each and every event that we have hosted, all the tablings, bake sale, decaf, the tabling that we did 2 days ago. Also, it's not that I've seen how the current VPI has been working as a part of tech team, and I understand how difficult it is, but I've seen how we can improve on it. Also, if you see that, I believe that I have been participating in each of the tech meetings that have been possible for me to most of my abilities, and I've been not only working on just tech stuff, but also trying to collaborate with other people. So I don't think I've told this to anyone, but I've been trying to get some mentors outside of Mr. Alex reach, but for the tech, not only for the tech community, but TESC as a whole. Yeah. So I just want to say that if you think we should focus on visibility and that we have a strong internal foundation, but we still need to focus on visibility, inclusiveness, and impactfulness across campus, I ask for a vote. Let's take TESC from the rooms of Jacob to the center of the campus.
You're still up here.
Huh?
So Q&A.
Oh, shoot.
2 minute Q&A.
Yeah.
It's not over.
Cool.
Your Q&A starts
Yeah.
now.
Oh, it's not. Any questions? Yes.
Okay, who did you reach out to? You mentioned mentors you're reaching out to?
Yeah, so there's a previous ACM UCLA president that I've been talking to, because as you will know, ACM's UCLA is one of the biggest organizations in the whole of UCs. So I've been talking to him if he can be an external mentor for TESC, like Mr. Alex.
Excellent.
How do you track success for this club?
So right now, if you can see, we can see how many people have come up. This is a sign that I wouldn't say that people are not interested, but if people show up for your meetings, show up for tabling, you can see that people are interested. And if people are interested, then the club would obviously grow. Yeah. Any more? Yeah.
You spoke about hackathons. So what's your plan for sort of holding a hackathon that's sort of different from a lot of these large orgs nowadays? We have ACM doing hackathons, data hacks. How do we fit into that sort of?
So basically, if you are seeing the major hackathons that going on right now, so I've participated in a few, and I've noticed the tracks are so what I want, because I want an inclusive major event, people from different majors, I think we can do the tracks for some specific majors so that people are interested in coming. If you do a sustainable track, people are doing something for the earth, or I don't know, e-commerce track, people would generally don't think if they're not a non-CS major, they won't maybe show up. So one of my friends just had a hackathon in a bio club where they didn't need to code. They just needed to formulate an idea and then present it. So I don't want TESC hackathon to be literally coding all the time. If it's a major that maybe people don't want to code in, they can present their idea, and if their idea is good enough, and they can pitch it well, and maybe make a small presentation. You don't need to code every time in a hackathon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, next up we got Hugh. You can see him.
Can you see me?
Just do it over there. Make sure he's in frame.
Okay, first of all, thank you, everyone, for coming here. Both on, or do you have anyone online, actually? Okay, first of all, thank you, everyone, for coming here, both online and also in person. I know a lot of you already know here. A lot of you here already know me, but for those of you who don't, my name is Hugh. My name is Hugh, and I've been in this club for about one full, more than one academic year. I've been the tech lead for almost one academic year now, and I think because of that, like my role within the board and my role, the length in which I've been in TESC gives me quite a unique advantage or a unique leverage in my perspective that I'm able to see, and the problems that I'm able to bring up today. And I hope that you all agree with me when I bring these problems up. So a quick overview of what I'm going to go over. The first thing is problem points. The second part is I want to go over high-level goals that I want to sort of complete within my time as co-president, hopefully. And also, sort of the third point is a little bit more, I guess, abstract, but basically is my perspective on the community and what I think we should be trying to build as a member of a student council for engineering students. The fourth is a more realistic timeline that I think might be we could be able to reach. And then finally, a little bit about me and why I think I should be voted in. Is it picking me up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So first of all, a lot of these problem points I think are quite obvious, as you can see in this room, and Akshay's already brought them up, so I'm gonna go over this relatively quickly. So first of all, there's a low turnout on events. So we have had issues. I think a lot of you are probably familiar about this. We've had issues for more than a year now on trying to get people to want RSVP to events, to come to events, to volunteer for events, and even in our council meetings to get the clubs themselves and people who are part of our councils to come to our events and to have, to treat us as, well, yeah, the aspect of visibility for TESC is a pretty big issue, and I think that's part of the reason why, this is such a, it leads into this issue for us. The second part is an inconsistent member tracking, both within our club and also throughout the council. These are things that are brought up in meetings that we have, in our board meetings with Alex, is that, first of all, we're not always too sure who is part of the TESC council. The orgs that are actually part of our council. And second of all, we're not always too sure who's actually still part of the club itself for us. And that is a relatively big issue when we're trying to plan events and you don't know who can come to the events and who can actually help out. Thirdly, I already talked about this, but we generally have, over the course of the last 2 years, have lost presence, I would say, throughout the wider student body. TESC itself doesn't have a presence. That is my alarm. TESC itself doesn't have that large of a presence towards the wider student community, but also towards our own members. Like the club itself, I think, generally doesn't have, I wouldn't say leverage, but sort of this overarching view of I guess leverage is the right word here. Leverage over the people who are both part of the club and the people who are part of different clubs who just know about us. I guess call it soft power, if you will. So, on to high-level goals. First of all, as I probably alluded to with the view of the issues that I think that TESC currently has, is first of all, I want to improve / mend the council org relationships. First of all, I want to establish a list of clubs that are currently in the council. I think this is very important. We need to define the current situation that we have, the current relationships we have with the people who we want to build these relationships with in order to actually do something about it. Second, define what it really means to be part of the council. I've looked over, the documentation that we currently have, and it's very well documented. However, how many of us with access to the actual drive has actually read the documentation on what it means for an org to be part of our student council? Exactly. And I also want to strengthen these inter-club communication channels. Actually, it's already talked about this. We need to make sure that we're constantly communicating with these clubs and are able to confirm, and confirm and strengthen these relationships with them. That's the first step, and I think that is a very important step. The second part of it is I want to scale the operations of TESC. First of all, I want to scale outreach and marketing, both towards the UCSD community, but also the wider community. So towards sponsors, towards companies that, hopefully will in the future, even after my 1 year as a co-president, will continue to sponsor DCAP and will continue to come back with us. And I want to document the proper processes and shorten the onboarding procedure to ensure that we have some sort of long-term stable growth. I have 2 minutes left, so I'm going to try to reach this out. So my perspective of community, first of all, as I've already alluded to, I want to scale the operations of the critical communities, which in my opinion include marketing, sponsorship, and council. These are the communities that, for the most part, are responsible for the way TESC is seen by outsiders. And we currently need more sort of visibility into TESC, and that's the reason why I think these are the most important. The way I will do this is to identify if these critical communities require scaling through conversations with the current VPs and also the incoming VPs. We already have a newsletter. I want to continue that trend, and I want to make it, redefine it and make it more stable and make sure that it's something that people look forward to or people know is going to happen. I want to, for our events, something that we realized recently works really well is sending out constant reminders about the events that are happening. And that's something that I just want to continue to trend off because it seems to succeed pretty well when we do actually are able to complete it. And I want to complete preparation for DCAP and also EOTG, our 2 staple events within the year, a little bit more earlier. Make sure that we can get the clubs and the companies to RSVP ASAP so that these, we can better plan for it and for the scale of the events. And I want to get the clubs and the company so that we, are aggressively market it. That is my timeline, and I have very little time to actually complete my presentation. So for quarter 0, which this quarter is I want to complete EOTG and DCAP planning. For quarter 1 is pretty much a rebuild stage to rebuild and scale operations of different communities and also realign our goals and also redo onboarding pretty much. Quarter 2 is the goal for that is to scale operations. We want to actively outreach throughout UCSD and the wider community to make sure that people know about us pretty much. And for quarter 3 is pretty much maintenance, making sure that the growth that we have is maintainable, and also re-elect and also onboard the new members and making sure that this process is fast and efficient. I can't get through why me, but I hope that this speech has given you enough reason to think about why me, and thank you very much.
Q&A starts now.
Question. What is TESC's value proposition for general members?
What do you mean by general members? Members who want to join?
Well, like members who would want to join and currently are part of the club. What did they get out of TESC?
Okay, well, I mean, it's going to depend on the community you want to run for, right? As a person who wants to work in finance, for example, obviously you get the experience. And I mean, this might be shallow of me to say, but the vast majority of the value proposition, obviously for a lot of the engineering majors, is resume. Like you get something you can put on your resume. That's the first thing. The second thing is I think one of the biggest things is learning soft skills. So especially for the communities like sponsorship, like council, like marketing, lots of engineers and lots of college students in general require the skills that you build, sort of networking with other people, with sending out emails, with making sure that people know you exist and people know that hey, this person is a really great communicator. I can trust this person. These types of soft skills are really important to develop. And that's the thing that TESC the position that TESC has really gives our members some sort of the opportunity to keep trying to do that because they will pretty much have to keep doing that throughout their time in TESC, regardless of which community you're part of almost.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
I know you're part of DS3 and they're hosting data hacks.
Yeah.
Do you have plans on doing a hackathon next school year, and how would you implement that?
Right. I think the market for hackathons right now is very, very saturated. I mean, I was talking to Aksh right before this, and he was saying how there's a hackathon every week, pretty much, right? And realistically, you and any singular person is not going to go to all of them. They're very spread out as well. And I was actually, Ansh, the president of DS3, is a good friend of mine, and I was talking to him at some point. He was talking about how it's become really difficult for. Short answer is yes, but not as a one singular hackathon, but to basically combine all the clubs together and host some sort of hackathon week.
Yep.
Very nice.
Very
Thinking
good.
about the decaf and EOTG is solid as well.
We got to keep those running.
Decaf is kind of dying in the corner, but that's our main source of income is fall decaf, and that's coming, and no one's thinking about it. But it's important.
Well, we've been
Pro
closed
Dev
since
is-
last school year.
A little
We've
bit,
gotten
a
more
little.
sponsors.
ProDev is. You were talking about it, no? In the last board meeting.
But okay, thank you, Hugh.
I think that was YSAT, right? That the bags we sold.
Oh yeah. We handed out bias
sold the bags.
fanny packs. Okay, last but not least, Nicole.
Wait, speaking of decaf, I was looking at that.
Oh yeah, decaf. That's how we make money.
Then we have
Wow.
SD hacks as well.
Are we ready?
We'll think about that. Yeah, that's for next year.
Okay, hi, I'm Nicole. Thank you guys for coming. I'm running for co-pres. A little bit about me. I'm a first-year AI major at Warren. I've been with the TESC Tech Committee for 2 quarters now. And for me, my biggest goals here in college have always been to maximize opportunity, whether through learning or networking, and to enjoy what I love, or like find what I love. And I think TESC has been a part of that. And a big part of my goals is also being very active on campus. So I'm a part of multiple clubs. I understand what it's like to run a club, to host it, the finance, the tech, the operations, the sponsorships. I know every single part of it. I've been in multiple clubs and like have leadership roles in all of them. So I think I'm very well versed when it comes to like running for president. Okay. The issues that I saw, I think, like in my past 2 quarters of being here, is again, you guys already mentioned it a couple times, but like the low turnouts if you compare it to the RSVPs, the spot. I think a lot of it was related to like very last minute announcements or marketing. And then the tech, I was doing the check-in for the for the winter engineers on the green. And so I see everyone, I talk to everyone there. And I would get feedback from all of the students like, oh, this portal, I'm having issues with this one. I can't get points for this one. I can't even make an account. And so I think at the time it wasn't ready. And so as co-pres, I hope to get that portal out and running. And then also small council, finance, I don't know much about it, but I was looking at the decaf stuff, which I will get into. And I think the small council, another big issue for that was being able to like actually complete the boarding, the application. Like when I was doing it, I found it to be very discouraging because it was just so long. And every time I clicked the next button, there was another question. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so much stuff, right? But for me, I think what we should do over the next couple quarters is the 2 big things that I was looking at is 1, outreach, 2, being very, very proactive. I have a lot of connections with clubs. I'm friends with like the presidents. I'm on the board. So I can get you those collaborations. I can build the relationships with them. Sponsors, I know how to reach and talk to other sponsors and people of authority. So I think with that, we can also build a newer or like improved sponsor package. And that's like on the next slide. So like bigger tier benefits, differences, more incentives. And then also just being proactive, so getting all of our work done a quarter in advance and actually being able to follow through that. Like I was looking with Hugh at all the documents, and there were documents about how to do all of this a quarter in advance. It's just that we weren't looking at it or we weren't following through with it. So I think that we could use that. And then also achieving deadlines and earlier submissions. So I was going through the document for last year's decaf, and I think this is like one example of how I would improve it. On the left is the original one, and on the right is like an example of, again, how I would improve it. I hope to implement something like this. I think having bigger tier benefits or bigger differences would allow sponsors to be more interested in paying for more or spending more on us and being a part of it. And so even though bronze is like a lot already, we want to show that that's a minimum, but there's all these other options that are way better and that we want them to pick, right? So there's like one strategy for that. And then also being super, super direct and showing like, this is what we want, this is what we're doing. I know Triton Racing, what they did was their sponsorship package was a slideshow or a slide deck, and it just made it so much easier for sponsors to look at because all they want to know is, what are you offering, what can we do, how can we help, how are you helping us, right? And then that kind of cycle. So if we're able to show it in a way that makes it clear to our audience or who we want to connect with, then I feel like they're more likely to connect with us. And so why me? I am very versatile. I understand every aspect of like how student org functions. So I believe I'm very capable at being able to run TESC. I'm willing to get up in front of an audience. I'm willing to speak or plan all of these things. I have a very solid foundation in that background, again with the clubs and stuff. And then I'm also very proactive, very disciplined. I'm willing to put in the effort to speak to people, to represent TESC, and to represent the engineering community as a whole. So yeah, thank you. Oh, wait, there's more. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I saw 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Some other things that I was hoping to push for was like weekly updates, and then there's more team communication. We're able to maintain like being able to talk to each other, have some sort of like streamlined conversation, a new onboarding process, and probably a redo of the board applications would be nice. And then also, because we have so many documents on the drive, like there are so many I couldn't find. I was searching up for sponsorship package. It took forever to find one, and then finally I found the decaf. So I think if we're able to take all the documents and sort of summarize or standardize it in a way just to make it easier for the board to follow, I think that would be really useful. And then more frequent like TESC blogs, newsletters. I think the last time I received a newsletter was like a month ago, and I was like, whoa, I did not know I signed up for this. So I feel like having it more often would make people aware of what's going on, what's happening with TESC. So yeah. And then the portal hopefully out by summer would be great. Yes. Questions?
Any questions?
Sure.
Oh, Ron?
Or for the Google, oh, it's the audio the audio. I
The
see.
microphone guy. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, thank you. What changes are you thinking of making to the Google Drive?
The Google Drive, I don't think I want to change the drive itself, but I want to add its own section where we can consolidate all the information, and so it's just easier to look at through maybe a couple documents versus the entire like Google Drive.
Like a metadata.
Kind of, or like a bigger spreadsheet.
Oh, so as you mentioned, because like you're well connected with a lot of clubs and you are like on a board members of a lot of clubs, how would you like manage your time? Because how would you prevent that it doesn't become the case again that of like juggling between so many clubs and not able to focus on TESC? Because as a co-pres, you would want to like focus on TESC before any other
That
club.
is very, very true. TESC is one of my biggest priorities, so I'm willing to push out other clubs for this, and I know that I am very involved on campus, so I'm trying to, well, right now I do very well at time management, so I'm able to schedule, plan out everything. I like, again, very proactive, so I'm willing to get the stuff done the day it's assigned. So that's why I think I could also still run for co-pres or be a good co-president and dedicate my time to TESC.
Any other questions?
You don't have to ask any more questions. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I have a question.
Yes.
So with having a board with multiple different personalities, how would you make it standard that they could all adhere to your plans for having a standardized Google Drive?
What do you mean personalities?
Because people have different ways of organizing things, and this has been a problem in the past where we try to standardize things and then people don't agree with it because they organize things their own way.
Oh, I think being able to have the connections or being able to should I still finish the answer?
Just short. Yeah.
Connections equal more likely to convince them about organizations, or like being able to organize it in a new way, or come in with a more open mindset on how to change.
Be more
The
open.
way,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
now it's voting time. So can the
Voting time.
President
Co-presidents follow Chloe. We gotta kick you out of the room for a second.
Oh.
While we're voting.
Co-president
Yeah, co-president
Should I
candidates.
stop this? And then I can start recording again after.
10 plus 90.
I think you can record the discussion because we'll discuss a little bit. If someone wants to say anything about, but wait for that.
Okay. Oh yeah, pizza rolls or pizza flat?
What?
What's the title for?
Pizza rolls or pizza flat?
Oh, this is voting, huh? That's good.
Oh, is it like results or just?
Okay. So for the voting form, Here it is.
That's a cute one.
Also, what is it? It's a black.
Please let me know if it does not work, and then I'll adjust as needed.
Wait, is this like gonna be over like right now?
Yeah, we're gonna cut it
Or
here.
is it like to the end of the day?
I think it's a slide deck. That's a slide deck.
Oh my. Oh, hold on.
That's slight.
No way. Anyway, yes.
Can you just do it at
Or
the
yeah,
end of the day?
yeah.
Can you do EOD?
Make a
Can you just
QR
drop the
down.
link in the Discord?
Hold on, yeah. I was just pasting that Discord. You guys are all in the Discord, so. Channel real quick. Is everyone on there? I'm gonna delete it
Channel,
right.
right? Or-
Yeah, general channel. Everyone on there?
Yeah, can I build on your computer because I'm screen recording on mine.
Everyone's good? Yup. Well, them out there, they better not vote for themselves.
Wait, so are you gonna post a QR for all the slides?
For the slides?
Yeah. Or
I mean,
like,
they'll be recorded.
Yeah, it's recorded so people
no,
can.
I know, but like you showed us like a QR for the slide deck earlier. Is that for the slides to view?
No, that was supposed to be the voting form.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So everyone's on there? Yes, Tim.
But you
Eric?
can vote without signing into this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was able to vote for my normal Gmail, not for my test.
Oh, well, that was
There's no signing on this.
I only voted once though.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my phone.
Honor system here.
Yeah, I'll check the votes, of course.
Check, but you won't know who made what vote. Or it's just.
Does it not record the
Hold on.
So you could.
It does record this. I know.
It doesn't. It says
It
sign
says
in.
not shared for the email.
I'm not signed in. I just get.
And I'm able to vote.
Oh
both times.
shoot. Okay, yeah. So that's how it is. I didn't set up the form. That was Chloe. But yeah. Anyway, you guys just vote, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna count how many votes there.
And then watch out for the switching as well. The form is not well designed. But yeah.
Oh.
But it's all good. It's all good. It's okay.
Hey, there's no way you're gonna switch your response, right? Are you like second thoughts?
There's
Oh.
no switching. You can just submit multiple times. That's the thing. Which I feel like is a fun.
Wait. I can perform again.
A, B, and B. You have an A, B, B, A problem with voting.
Hold on,
as
Eric.
well.
I'll just
Be careful.
DM you.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'll put in the election, and then I'll DM you actually.
Oh, she's a pipe.
Wow, you're popular, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm just very involved. Oh, where you at, Eric? Eric, you're up here. Okay, here we go. Okay. No way she did that. But anyway, she did. Okay, I'm not even sure what I'm voting for. Oh my goodness, I can't. Oh wait, it's a stream on there. Cut the stream.
Yeah, just pick.
Does anyone have anything to say about any of the candidates that you really want to advocate for?
Well, I already did my voting.
Oh, okay.
I voted as well.
I wasn't
Is
advocating
that
for
really
Mel's
awesome?
second term.
Mel's second term? What in the world? No, you're just joking. I'm
There
retired.
have been co-presidents who have done 2 terms.
Yeah.
Can you do multiple terms?
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
You could, of course.
Yeah. Ryan and Shane did 2 terms.
And then in recent years we haven't done as much. Yeah. Because it takes energy to do the role, and I think at some point you want to throw a switch out and move on. But
Okay, so we
also,
have-
there should be good continuity. So there's 2 sides to this: the continuity versus energy.
8 votes.
idea.
Want. Okay, we have 8 votes.
Are there 8 of us here?
No, I still haven't voted.
Oh, you haven't voted?
Nah.
Did Chloe vote?
Okay, Chloe voted then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Whatever.
Just make the vote you believe in, and then you should
Go with what you want.
Go with your heart.
Since I'm leaving, I'm going to troll so hard and vote for the worst people.
Oh, you voted, right?
I voted, yeah.
Okay. You good? Everyone voted? Yup,
Yeah.
everyone? Okay, we can bring him back.
Should we go tell tell them to come back, or?
Oh, actually, yeah, we just do this. I don't even have to text.
I was gonna say a bit up there.
Close the form. I should have it.
Everyone drawing 90 and 10% pizza slice on your speech.
What were you writing on the board?
Pizza.
That's sniper.
What is the pizza flat?
It's the butcher.
That's a good question. Isn't pizza already?
It's a pizza
flat?
slice. It's pizza roll and pizza flat. I don't
So
know.
would it be like 90% cents?
I don't know what that is. He's trying to solve.
Indian something. It's like a super Chicago dish. Anyway, I see the visual.
Are you recording? Okay.
Oh, next week.
Okay, share screen. There's no point in doing this.
Don't stay. I have to start again.
Hold on, we'll see.
Alex is with 8. Starts with 8.
So, for vote 1, there's a majority, overwhelming majority, Hugh. Congrats, Hugh. You're for sure co-president. And then, for the other co-president,
It's Nicole.
we had Nicole. It was very even though.
It's really close.
That was
It's really
so
Super close. So close.
Wait, what's the little 11%?
That's one pro.
Oh, someone had you as number 1. Ooh, who's not playing?
Wait.
This is anonymous.
We still call the
Mel,
total, though.
by the way you made their form, someone could have did he when you.
There's no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a really bad form, without a doubt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my bad. Okay.
Did we
Anyway,
clone Hugh and like him with the
I could make Hugh twice. Okay, I assumed everyone knew it was supposed to be 2 different people. We're
Just
not
take the
voting.
total Hugh, total up, total Nicole, but either way, Hugh and Nicole are winning.
Yeah.
I think Nicole still has extra if you would take that extra thing into account.
True, true. Very good. Congrats. Next year's co-presidents. So next up we have
VP internal.
VP internal. And so
So alphabetically.
Not
Alex.
Alex. No,
Alex
alphabetically
inside, he
is
doesn't
Alex.
have the slides. So.
Oh, Alex. Yeah, Alex is first technically. Or no, we'll let Alex go first if you want to present.
I mean,
your case for VP.
I had a red eye with this morning. I did not have much to present. I'll mostly just use my time to like note some stuff.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if you want. Okay.
Oh wait, then if he wants to build up, so I can go first. He can build up his stuff.
No, that's fine. I can go.
Okay.
Sure.
Alex.
Um,
Oh wait, that's something really. Okay, my bad.
No, you're good.
I was talking someone.
No, Mel, just
My name is
zoom in on his
Alex.
picture on the website.
No, that's fine. You
Just
know,
give him a
you
blank
know,
screen, do a white
it's
screen
good,
or
it's good.
something.
Let's do this.
Um,
VP internal.
Sure. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm Alex. I'm been here for about 1 academic year now as for TESC. I started on council and recently moved dual committee council and tech for the last 2 quarters. The reason I wanted to run for VP internal was because I wanted to go and try and expand the internal connections in this club. I feel like this club is such a rich opportunity for the school as a whole, and it's a really powerful resource. But the problem that I see is that it's a little bit difficult to navigate once you are a member of the club. I personally have found that every now and then, like when I'll go to events, I'll meet new faces and I'll go and I'll introduce myself, I'll say hi, and I'll learn they've been part of the club for a quarter or 2 already, and I just never got to meet them because they were in another committee. And that's something I feel shouldn't happen. We should be one club. We shouldn't be 5 separate clubs like tech. We shouldn't be a tech club, a council club, a pro dev club. We should be one. And I feel like it's not that easy to go and interact with people outside of your group and discuss with people outside of your group. And I feel like that kind of hinders us to move as an entire organization. So, I mean, I was listening to all of the co-presidents' speeches earlier, and I mean, a common note that I heard was that it was a little bit difficult visibility-wise for this club to be out there, and a little bit of organizational issues internally with like the Google Drive and such. I feel like that's stemming from this root issue that it is a little bit distinct within each group. I feel like there's not really that one central node, that one like central bit of like a nucleus that we can go and build around, like especially for, let's say, for the Google Drive. if we had, like you were saying, like one sheet that we could go base off like an easy reference point and then go from there, instead of having to navigate the drive through all the different folders to find the specific document we're looking for, it could be easier to reference these existing, extensive manifolds that we already have. It's just really a thought more so than anything. But I really do feel like this is a really precious resource, and it's one that I'm very glad to be a part of and help develop. And I'm very happy to continue doing it, whether a VP or just as a council and tech member, because I think that it is a resource that we should continue to have, and it's really valuable to the students. And I just wish that everyone could take more advantage of it. Yeah, I think I'll keep it short.
Thank you, Alex. Any questions?
Will you be taking time to learn how to screen the STF applications?
Sure. I'm very willing to go and learn anything that I can to help with, and I mean that extends just in general for my role. I think this club is a really cool resource, and it's like one that I didn't realize I care so much about when I joined. Like I was like, when I originally applied, I was like, oh, this seems interesting, but now that I joined, I was like, wow, this is actually such a really cool thing. So yeah, I'm very willing to expand and learn how to screen applications.
Yeah, there's a series of tough calls. STF is one of them.
Yeah.
It gets controversial for you. Yeah,
Sometimes.
because I send out decisions and then I get emails back like, why did you reject me, yada, yada, yada. People get angry, right? So, yeah.
Anyone else? Yes.
You mentioned about like meeting new people, right?
Yep.
So how do you plan to implement that? Because that's what I noticed as well. Is like, I'm like, yo, who are you?
No, that's one thing that I feel like we could do just more generally. I know that the social is doing a really good job with trying to get those like whole TESC organization groups together. But I have noticed like pretty low turnouts at these events, and it's because everyone here is very busy. I feel like everyone here is very motivated. They're all part of multiple organizations, all taking very high course loads. But I feel like if we had a way to incentivize more, like multi-committee meetings, for instance, like let's say joint meetings between pro-dev and council or tech and social, just having these cases where you need to interact with these other teams, it could foster an environment where it's easier to reach out to other people, easier to go and communicate with these or other organizations, and just help us move as a whole unit.
Would there be like once?
I would hope more. I would hope more. It's just like if we can expand the existing projects to incorporate some other voices so we can go and get different perspectives and hopefully foster new ideas.
You used to have the general meetings, but those died off, right?
Yeah.
Low turnout for those. Time's up. Thank you, Alex. Okay.
Okay, guys, round 2.
You ready?
Yeah.
You got your practice round over.
Oh wait, he's checking my face. That should be good. So as I mentioned when I joined TESC as a tech team member, I mentioned it about in the first part that I made friends, but when I entered the TESC meeting seeing Rohan and Hugh sitting, I also saw a board full of drawings of databases and like code and what all goes behind the scenes. So now I would like to work on that stuff behind the scenes, what TESC does. So as I introduce myself, my name is Aksh and I'm a computer science major and I would be running to be your next VP internal. So I think a successful organization is built or formed like when the organization is organized and when like the committees are like well connected and they talk to each other, at least the committee leads, and also making sure that the processes are clear and efficient. Also from coordinating nodes to talking to other VPIs and committee leads, that's all the internal spine that makes TESC work. So one of the major areas of concern I have noticed is the project tracking and delegation. So right now, project requests and committee tasks can be ambiguous. So without a clear system, we see things falling through those cracks. Committees also lack, as I mentioned in the first attempt, that they lack consistent vision ahead, 1-2 months at least. And on top of that, communication between the board and the committees and external partners like Mr. Alex fan from the Idea Center. I think it can be more frequent, and like some data that is can be shared with all the club members would be great. So as a VP internal, I would like to fix some things. First of all is streamlining processes. So I will maintain a clear pipeline for applications to TESC, member onboarding, community workflow, so that we have a clear member who is taking care of each and every task. Also, I would like, as a VPI, there's a responsibility of re-registering TESC with CSI. And I will also ensure after that we get the resources and fund from Jacobs and the event spaces. I heard from Mel that Jacob has stopped sponsoring us after like COVID, but I think working with the new co-pres, I would like to convince them to start funding us again. So the second thing I want to do is like supporting committees and organizations of TESC, like the members of TESCs, and for that I will like work closely with them to make sure that they have clear goals. They have the right resources, the right templates to work upon, like the drive, for example, they have right things. And also for that, I would like to maintain a clear budget and an urgent resource fund in case we ran out of budget or something, but we still need money to run the decaf or something. And also make connections with external mentors such as Mr. Alex. And the third thing I want to do is like improving communication and accountability. So I'll act as a bridge between board members, committee leads, and also check-ins with Mr. Alex. I think the connection with Mr. Alex is really important because, as I mentioned, we need a third-party input on how a club should run, including all the reasons that I mentioned earlier. So I think lack of organization has been a major cause of TESC not able to achieve its full potential. I see importance of structure, follow through, and communication, and I want to make sure our internal systems are like strong enough to support the things like our members do outside, like the innovations and events. We should have a strong internal foundation before like doing major events as well. So being a VP is, I think, all about like clarity, coordination, and consistency. For the upcoming year, the things I want to focus on are like maintaining a clear, streamlined process, as I mentioned. But for that, I want to implement a checklist and a centralized dashboard that's shared with all the board members. That is all the list of what each committee is doing and what each committee's person, like who is doing what tasks within each committee as well. And as I mentioned, I would also work with the committee leads to check upon how they are going about things, and because I want to take off the pressure of the co-presidents as well. They won't be able to like cater to all the stuff because they have a lot of things on hand. As I mentioned, I also want to create more external contacts other than Mr. Alex, so that we have more perspective on how to go TESC further. And I believe that I'm a good choice for VPI for TESC because I bring a unique combination of like organizational strength, because I've been part of a very big club in India in my high school that's like the biggest club in the whole of the country, and I've been organizing events for that, and we have had quite big sponsors for them. Also, I think having started on like the tech team, as I mentioned, I've seen Rohan, how he works for the VPI, managing things, creating TESC emails for others. And also, I believe that I'm highly detail-oriented, disciplined, and a proactive communicator, meaning nothing falls through those cracks that I mentioned earlier. So if you think that we should focus on building a strong internal foundation on what's left by our current co-pres and VPI, I ask for your vote, and let's make TESC together more organized, empowered, and unstoppable. I have no other slides. I finished 50 seconds. Any questions? Yes.
I think there's one part you didn't touch as much on. How will you strengthen council connections as VP internal?
So, like, pro-dev with...
No. Council connections. So council organizations, like our engineering orgs, constituent.
Oh, like the members of TESC.
No, our constituents.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I want that. First of all, I need to first build connections with the leaders or the co-pres of each of the members of TESC, and I think I will meet them, as I mentioned earlier, to get more. First, I need to get more about what their club is and build connection. First, the informal connection I think is more important to build a formal connection.
Like a Discord or like a
No, like formal in-person meeting.
In-person meeting. So
Because like in-person meeting is more like, if you see in-person meeting is more effective than.
So you'll set up a separate council meeting so it's like a get to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that it? Yes, sir. Do
Um,
you want to switch yours to the
So I've seen a lot of our council
Mhm.
leadership having little respect for TESC. How do you plan to address that?
So, I think that's not very a thing that I didn't expect, because they have seen, if like somebody doesn't show up to things and doesn't do what they have committed, the respect goes down. What I can do best is like convince them that give us one more chance and we'll stand up to that one this time. And if we do, that connection builds more and more as we go on.
Voting?
Yeah, voting.
Need to go out
And
again.
the VP confirmed.
Yep. We got 2 candidates.
Do you guys have water?
Let me see this. Please. Okay, guys, try this QR code. And let me know if it works. If it doesn't, it says you have to request access. No shot.
I might just be
Because you don't have TESC email.
Yeah.
Hold on.
My test email is not on my phone, it's on my laptop.
Can you also post this one in the Discord?
It's not working.
My UCSD email, I had to change password recently, but the old password is stuck on the autocomplete, so I'm like, it's just a me problem. Can you
Right. Okay.
Because here I can get it from my computer, because it's not on my phone. The login is not on my phone.
There's so many buzzwords.
I had to change my login password, but it's not on my phone correctly, but it's on my computer correctly.
So who has it? Who doesn't? Who doesn't have it actually?
I do not have.
You guys don't have it?
No.
Okay, I'll put it in. Preview. Put it again in the general. Anyone have anything to say for either candidate? Any endorsement or any good words to try to convince other people?
I'm gonna go with quiche.
Huh? Say that again?
You mean up?
Yeah, I don't know.
You said quiche? You already-
It's not a food.
Oh, right, bruh.
Oh, can you put up the QR code again?
Oh, wait, it's in the general Discord.
We're both pretty strong.
The thing is that Alex has
Can you
to
open to
order.
everyone?
Yeah.
Does it?
But then Aksh is like a little more consistent
Settings.
with the attendance.
Because I feel like, yeah, because
Should be
you see
share.
how, whatchamacallit, Annika, like she's just been like AWOL. And I feel like Alex might be like that as well.
Yeah, I suspect Aksh will follow through, whereas Alex, there's a slight.
He's responsible for other things, so I don't know if he has the time available to commit the task.
Alex or Aksh?
Alex.
Yeah.
Can you open up to all emails or?
Yeah, can you like?
Oh, it's not working for that. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
So currently I'm leaning toward Aksh, just for those reasons.
No, yeah, me too.
Form defaults. Let's see. Copy responder link. No, share.
Responder is.
Okay, try that link. If not, oh, actually, no. Just try this new link.
It worked.
That works now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Your hands are very cold.
Those are so warm.
That's crazy.
Are you doing your MS
Yeah, bioengineering MS.
here or?
Yeah, here.
Like 1 year or 2 year MS?
I want to squeeze in a 1 year, but my PM might make me stay for more than a year.
Oh, which lab are you in?
Carter's Tissue Engineering Lab by Professor Saw.
Bro, low-key get me in there.
Huh?
Low-key get me in there, bro.
Oh, you're mechanical engineering.
So?
Are you interested in Carter's?
I don't know what that is, bro, but like.
Harvard is the bony stuff. That's not actually like your
You never eat it like
ligaments.
Oh, that sounds like robotic arms.
It's the thing, yeah, it's low-key.
Inspiration.
It's basically the oil of the body arms. Like it helps with joint movement.
Yeah, you touch your ear, that's also cartilage.
Really, you make cartilage like the bone.
You guys know too much. Between the bones.
Yeah.
Between bones.
You
The
could
oil.
elbow.
Do research on things that you're passionate about. Spend more time exploring now. You're a first year. You need to explore these disciplines
First
and figure it
year?
out. Or second year, right?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, second. Second.
I'm about to graduate.
I mean, if you want advice from a
Oh,
current researcher who's doing his PhD here, I knew him and I asked him what advice.
Okay, this is the vote.
He said this to actual stuff that you-
Congrats, Ox. 2026, 2027 VP internal. Yup. Anyway. Okay, on to our next PP.
For the interest of time, it's like 9:40. Do you guys want to do the? I feel like slides would be great, but do you want to? If you do the slides.
Food or slides is the choice.
Because
We
there's
have
only
the
one
choice,
candidate
yeah.
running.
The rest are the one candidate, so it's like guaranteed spots. If you want to do it,
Do you want to present?
I recommend. Yeah. If you don't
You're
want
up.
to, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
'Cause technically, you're not,
Yeah, so I mean, technically I'm not part of the club, but I was introduced by the president now for this role. So I guess it's, oh, is this how we control?
Oh, yeah, make sure you're saying.
Cool. Sounds good.
Do you share your screen?
Oh, I'm not sure. Wait, I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, so I am the only candidate, but hey guys, my name is Timothy, and get into it. So here's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help fund the events that you guys want to see on campus. So the three things I want to focus on are, one, increasing club funds. So I know that we do have sponsorships, but I know that's the main source of where our revenue comes from. But for fundraisers outside of that, like bake sales and all that, I know that that's been lacking. And so we'll address it in the next couple of slides of how we can increase our club funds. Secondly, making sure that, of course, our finances are managed properly. I did look through all of the files we had, and it seems like we'll just continue doing that to make sure that finances are kept recorded responsibly. And finally, well, this kind of goes in line with increasing club funds, but I'm hoping that through these club funds, we can really help support the projects that people want to see in this club, right? So that people are able to actually have things to write on the resume.
Also, what's your background?
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
so this is just, I guess, why I'm qualified. I'm a second-year economics major. I have prior experience fundraising specifically in high school for the Orange County Red Cross. We were able to raise about $2,000 in a year. Leadership experience, I've helped manage teams and collaborate with teams across various other clubs and clients. So I have experience in project management and working with teams. And finally, I'm committed to this team, I guess. And some fun facts about me is that I did archery under a gold medalist, and I loved watching basketball. So, I mean, this is just kind of my general strategy for fundraising. I think, honestly, I need your guys' input to catch me up to speed, and really your guys' presentations has been helpful for me to really understand what you guys see the problems are with this club and how we can help improve it. But here are just my three strategies I had in mind. Step one is to just understand what's actually historically worked. So I do know that we've been tracking our finance events or our fundraising events, so really looking through that, and I'm hoping we have a finance committee, but if not, that's totally fine. We can work on creating that. I know finance and marketing both need committees. Secondly, identifying new strategies. Well, I assumed we had a finance committee, but I would have just brainstormed new ideas with them and gather member input. I think for me, my strategy has always been to seek what members want first and delivering on that. So yeah. And finally, coordination. Well, I know there's no marketing committee, but I do have like an example, and I have some experience with marketing of how we could like do this. So I think, as you guys were saying before, like we do need constant reminders, but you can even have a little bit of strategy of how you guys do that. And so I think, for example, this is my very just MVP small. It's a hype, launch, day of, follow-up. So I think the hype is just getting buzz about what the event is. You want to draw people, you want to have something you offer to them that would cause them to spend their hour to go here rather than to go study or something else. Secondly, the launch, right? Leading up to it, you want to remind people because often people are busy and you're going to forget. And day of, you want to promote it again. You want to just make sure people know that it's there. And often there's some last minute details of where the location is or something like that that people don't even know. And finally, follow-up. I think this one's kind of underrated. It's a little hard to do though, but I think you need to follow up. You want to see what members actually want. And I think that's the only way you can improve. As much as I might want an event, if the members don't want it, who cares what I want, right? You're really here for the members, and that's kind of what I'm here for. I'm just here for you guys. I know I'm new to the club, so I don't know much, but I'm hoping that through you guys, I'm willing, committed to learn, to just improve. And other things, I mean, you could just test new channels. I know Discord and Insta are pretty big. I just had flyers and word of mouth, and I think what's going to be most important for me, especially with these fundraising events, is coordinating with marketing and events. I can't do these events alone, so I need you guys to just help support. And I know that internal, well, in the previous presentation, is going to help to support that. So, yeah, I mean, I've kept it really short for the sake of time, but thank you, and opening it up for Q&A if you guys have any questions.
All right, any questions?
Rohan.
We're probably going to have to get a finance committee at some point. Do you have experience with like recruiting or interviewing?
I do have some. I mean, I was like part of a team to help hire in a UBS Club Undergraduate Economics Society. We had a PDP, and we're really focused on, I guess, like internal consulting. We were trying to see how we can also boost attendance and all that kind of stuff. And so I did help out with like choosing people, recruiting, and doing some interviews. But yeah, I mean, I can work on that for sure to get that up and running. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned in your slides that obviously part of your role and part of your goals as a VP Finance is to better manage the finances of the club. Do you sort of have, I would guess, like a personal philosophy when it comes to utilizing club funds and how it should be utilized as like as a club, as the org that we are?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing is just what events do people want. I mean, my philosophy has always just been to ask first and then discuss with my team. I think for me, like, I think we do have a pretty set idea of what we want in terms of where our finances are allocated. And I know that, like, I guess one thing that I do think we could do is maybe improve, like, the personal projects that people can work on. Because I know that that's something that a lot of people want to see, especially on the resume. And I think that's something that we could use as leverage to get people to be more interactive with the club. So, like, for workshops, you know, instead of just saying, you know, you're plain old, here's how to improve your resume. I think every club does that. Even in economics, we do that. You know, if you have some sort of like actual project that you want people to do, right, and you might need funds for that, you could have then a set of workshops you could use to create a project and actually have a capstone project at the end that people could put on their resume or something. But yeah, I mean, it's just always been member first. That's been my philosophy. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. We wish you luck for the next year's board, PvP, I mean. Yeah, and we have Panda Express from the ISP event, a lot of chow mein and some other stuff too.
We should post an announcement with the new board.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
do that.